Susan Brown at the Center for Better Bones. Today I have a really interesting discussion, a short discussion about exercise. I'm with Rick Berman, who is the developer of and the founder of the 2020 Fitness Studio.
Studio 2020 Fitness.
Studio 2020 Fitness in Albany, New York. Rick is one of these individuals who practices and teaches a unique form of exercise, which is the slow motion, high intensity exercise.
Yes.
And interestingly enough, this form of exercise has been widely used and was developed for bone strengthening. So Rick, tell us a little bit about this. What is the idea of slow motion, high intensity exercise?
Great. Well, Dr. Brown, the slow motion, high intensity exercise is about lifting weights, preferably on machines where it's safer, very slowly to eliminate momentum. Eliminating momentum eliminates a possibility for injuries.
I see. So it's okay.
We want to lift the weights, heavy enough weights, that within about 2 minutes on an exercise machine, you literally cannot lift that weight any longer.
So just 2 minutes on one machine to muscle fatigue.
Muscle fatigue, total fatigue, we call it muscle failure. That level of intensity stimulates the body to grow muscle very quickly.
Like you have to tax the muscle so much that it sort of breaks down then to stimulate the building of new muscle.
Yes, and
Okay.
the beauty of it is you only do it once a week.
Now this is what I find really amazing. Rick is saying, and there's a great body of literature on this, that actually once a week training, and how long do you train during that week?
We typically do about 15 to 20 minutes in a session. We work the entire body. Typically, I work my clients on 5 machines. So we work the entire upper body, we work the abdominal muscles, we work the back muscles, and we work all the lower body on one machine. So we're typically, again, it's about 15 to 20 minutes of a workout, and it's all the body really needs to grow muscle, increase bone density, increase cardiovascular fitness. Because the more intensely you work out, the less frequently you need to work out.
I see.
Once you set the stimulus, the body takes over and adapts to that level of stress, builds more muscle, builds more bone density, increases cardiovascular fitness to support that level of intensity.
I see. So they actually find it more effective to do these few exercises in slow motion but very intensely to fatigue than to lift a heavier weight for longer periods of time or a lighter weight for longer periods of time. That is really fascinating. So what do you see in your practice as far as what gains do people have, like in their muscle mass?
Right. A number of my clients are 60, 70 years old, I have some in the 80s, and I see people that come in the door that can barely lift sometimes 20 or 30 or 40 pounds.
Sure.
So you think about picking up a grocery package, 20 pounds,
right.
Picking up your luggage if you go to the airport. People struggling to do those things. I've had clients that have started out at 20 pounds and we're talking maybe 8 weeks, they're doing 40 or 60 pounds.
Wow.
Things of that nature. So very rapid increase in muscular strength. And then I've got clients that have been with me since I opened my doors 4 years ago who have increased their strength perhaps 100% in that period of time or more.
You know, it's interesting because I've been teaching you all that an important part of the Better Bones program is exercise. And we know that Professor Evans years ago at the University of Pennsylvania made 50-year-olds as strong as the 30-year-olds that were training them, and 90-year-olds as strong as the 50-year-olds. And we see Rick here with this slow motion, high-intensity exercise, which is really a very well established and practiced all over the country, that you were also to duplicate and build that strength. And actually bone density seems to be improved and bone strength seems to be improved.
Well, Dr. Brown, the original protocol of this slow motion, high intensity training was developed during an osteoporosis study at the University of Florida Hospital back in 1985, and then subsequently followed up with about 8,000 more test cases over the years to develop the protocol to where it is. Nautilus Fitness Equipment Company got together with the hospital to work with women 60, 70, and 80 years old that had advanced osteoporosis. So we started lifting weights very slowly because they didn't want to make sure there was no injuries, no damage. We found that by lifting the weights very slowly, the eliminated momentum, which eliminated injury, also made the muscles work much harder. When you lift slowly, the muscles contract much tighter and you engage more muscle fibers. So we're doing more work in less time because we're engaging 100% of the muscle fibers. They found during that study that the women in the group that were doing the slow motion, high intensity as it was developed, gained more bone density, more muscular strength than the women that were building muscle through more traditional workouts, lighter weights, longer time.
And the fascinating thing for all of us who are so time pressed that we're talking 15, 20 minutes, and they saw results with once a week. Now, some of your people probably do more than once a week.
No, I pretty much see everybody once a week. In the beginning, I have people come twice a week. Some people come twice a week. But once you reach a certain level of intensity, it takes the body a week to adapt to that level of intensity and add more muscle fibers. If I work them out more often, it would just interrupt the growth process and there would be no gains.
That's probably one of the important keys to this, is that there's adequate, enough stress on the muscles so that it stimulates it to grow, and enough stress on bone that it stimulates it to grow, but enough time to rest. So obviously, if you live in Albany, you might seriously think of going to Studio 2020 Fitness and give it a try to see if with one time a week. And if people don't live in the Albany area, there's other centers that practice this?
Yes, there are centers throughout the country, throughout the world. And there's a wonderful website, Dr. McGuff's website. He's an MD that also has a studio in South Carolina. And on his website, Dr. McGuff MD, he's got a directory of people around the country that practice this specific protocol. He's also written a wonderful book called Body by Science, which gives you the science behind why this works and why it's so effective.
So that's, if you're interested more, get Body by Science by Dr. McGuff. Look up his website. And if you're in Albany, go sure to see Rick.
You're all welcome to call me or contact me, and I can look it up on the directory for you.
Oh, great! What a great resource! We at the Center for Better Bones are sure going to experiment with this. Obviously, it would be a dream come true if 1 hour of exercise, 20 minutes a week, we could maintain muscle, maintain our bone density. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for taking time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And take advice. Do your exercise. Sounds like a great program. Talk to you all later.